Okay, I lost reception, but I'm back. So real quick before I forget, it will... All right, you guys, hang on just a second. All right, you guys, sorry, my phone just lost reception right there, but I am back. And I'm going to go down the list of available horses. We have 7 horses that need reprieves, just so you guys know. So please don't forget that if you want to help pay towards a reprieve, the reprieves are $200. You can send $10. You can send $15. I would really, really love to get everybody reprieved. But if we don't, that's okay. I mean, it's not okay. I actually think right now, with as sick as I've been and just not being able to do as good a job as I would like to have done, I'll probably take it pretty serious. It's 1,150 miles. 20. No. What is 750? That's 21, 22, sir. 2250. 43. Okay. All right, so on kind of the ship list, what we have that's definitely going to ship, we have 1060. That is the Appaloosa mare. We took photos of her. Elizabeth rode her bareback through the trail course. She is hands down a completely different animal with Elizabeth than she is with Brandon. Her demeanor was totally different. Had I seen the same horse with Brandon that I saw with Elizabeth, I would have priced her probably at $3,500 or $4,500. I don't know if it's because Elizabeth is a girl or if it's because she rode her in a halter and that mare's teeth are bad and she had less bridle on her. But I'm telling you that the mare's demeanor with Elizabeth is hands down different. The mare is 1,000% different with Elizabeth. And even Jess rode her back to her pen. She was fantastic. So she might just like women and kids, but the mare is $2,250 and she did get a reprieve. So she will be held for 10 days longer. She was very hot with Brandon, like very like on the muscle and wanted to like be a play day horse or a speed event horse. She rode all over my entire property on a loose rein with Elizabeth, and it was, so Courtney, normally it shows me on my end if there is a star party. I don't see a star party on this one, but that doesn't mean there isn't one. I don't see it. I didn't see the one on the last one, but some people do. So, okay, you guys. So 1060 is $2,250. Okay, so 486, the Little Bay mare, she has been paid all the way down to $750. I don't feel like she needs another reprieve. I feel like if we pay her down further, at that point, she will be $550, and I start to begin to worry when she's less than slaughter price. So 486, Dylan has worked with her, and she is not going to be hard at all whatsoever for somebody to go on with. She's a really, really nice little mare. She's getting easier to catch. She's getting a lot easier to be around, and for $750, that's nothing, you guys. But she is not eligible for another reprieve. Let's see. Sorry, there's next to no reception here. Okay, you guys, so Lucy is eligible for a reprieve. I think somebody reprieved her. Okay, Buddy. Buddy's already been reprieved once. I need to add him. He's beautiful. He is paid down to nothing. $1,000. If somebody wanted to reprieve him, I would take it. That way he has more time. 1026, the recip mare, is beautiful and she's classy and she is super, super, super sound. So she would be great for somebody. 1126 is $850. So we have one for $750, one for $1,000, two. Colleen, so we used to allow the reprieves to go to lowering the price of the horses. I probably would allow Buddy's reprieve to lower his price, yes. I would probably allow some of them, like these horses that are $750 and $850. The problem with the $200 reprieve is not only the point of the reprieve is to be able to cover the upkeep cost of them staying at my facility longer, because truthfully, I kind of need my husband to get them off of my feed bill because I can't afford for them to be there anymore. So it really doesn't have anything to do with the profit margin on the horse. At this point, it's the upkeep cost. Like they need to go because I'm having to put hay and feed into them every day that I really can't afford at this point, and they're not going to bring any more to slaughter later on. Yes, Amanda, you can go to killpinhorses.com. Macho Man Randy Savage is super cute. He's now a gelding. He's $750. Gus is sold. Harper Madison is $1,850. Vieja is $5,000. Fox is fantastic. You guys, if you are looking for a bomb-proof family horse, how have you not snapped that horse up? With the note that came with him, I even included the note that came with him because it says so much good about him. I literally included, this is the note that came with him on the website, and it says, meet Fox. He is a 10 to 12-year-old Missouri Foxtrotter quarter mix. We have had everyone ride Fox, from beginners to advanced riders. Gates out really nice. We bought him as a confidence builder over a year ago. We have tracked cows on him, swing ropes. He even knows and lopes the barrel pattern. Not something you see a lot of gaited horses do usually. He has fulfilled his purpose with us. And he's looking for his next little rider. Please give him a great home. So knowing that the people who sold him spoke that highly of him, if you are looking for a horse that is bomb-proof, that with a little bit of weight, and when he slicks off, he's flashy, beautiful, big white face, how is that not the horse that you have snapped up? This horse is beautiful. He just needs just a little bit of weight, but that is a fantastic horse. So we have him. Vegas is a wonderful prospect. That horse could go be a heel horse, a little barrel horse. If you're balling on a budget and you need a fantastic prospect for you or maybe one of your kids, I'm telling you, I would buy Vegas in a heartbeat if I was wanting something. Yes, Gus is sold. If I was wanting something. Zip sold. Nukes, fantastic horse. $449, fantastic horse. For you gated horse people, you constantly badger me about, we need a gated horse. Find us a gated horse. What about a gated horse? 094 is beautiful. Beautiful. 094 is beautiful. That's the black and white paint mare. And she has very clean legs. Somebody had posted something about gated horses being notorious for like DLSD or whatever, and under no circumstances does this mare have the onset of DLSD. Her back legs are completely normal. I was very disappointed to see that discussion. I really thought that was a mind-blowing discussion to be having underneath her post. I just banned everyone because I felt like, I understand that DLSD, which is degenerative joint disease and the fetlocks, is something that any breed can have. It's something that horses of any age can develop. I've seen colts with it. I've seen old thoroughbreds and quarter horses with it. So it's very disappointing to see that conversation being had underneath her post, because people were like, well, does she have it? And they were like, well, I don't know. I haven't seen her in person. That's right. You don't know. So you should not be having a discussion trying to diagnose a horse based on their breed. Like, her fetlocks are perfect. Like, perfect. So she's a really great horse. Hang on a second, you guys. Hello, this is Tara. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Okay. We actually have one going to South Dakota and one going to Nebraska on that load. So we can transport to North Dakota. That's not a problem. They leave on Wednesday. Yes, ma'am. You would just have to get the rest of the travel pack on Tuesday, but the vet can have that available for you. Okay. That's no problem. If you go to our website, you just check out on there. When you go to check out, you will select the option that you're going to pick up because you hire your own transport. But once you pay, if you'll give me a call back, I'll give you the transporter's number that's going that route. And I can also text you the vet's number. That's a really fantastic horse. Probably around 75, 85 cents a mile. So it's probably $750. I bet it's 1,000 miles, I would guess. Maybe what, $1,250, maybe at the most. Yeah. So I would say $850 just to be safe. I would have them floated if she were mine, because I know that my vet does a fantastic job, but they're not so bad that you couldn't wait, you know, like she's not dropping grain, and those things, but I do know that they need to be floated, and my vet is fantastic at it. I wouldn't know the answer to that, unfortunately. Yeah. Yep, and Scott does that too. I mean, when he goes to do your travel pack, he can do the rest of that if you need it. Yes, the vet. I can text you his phone number when we hang up. And then is this your cell phone? Okay, I'll send you the link to her ad on the website, and you'll just complete the checkout from the website. Okay, if you need anything else, please just don't hesitate to call. Yes, thank you so much, ma'am. I appreciate it. Bye-bye. Sometimes I tell Jacob, like, I want to hire somebody to handle those calls, but then I love hearing, like, the excitement. Is that selfish? Is that selfish for me to, like, not pass that job off so I have more time to do other things? Like, I feel like I would have more time if I wasn't answering all the questions, but in the same breath, like, I genuinely love the excitement that people have. Like, you could hear that she was excited. Okay, and let me get the vet clinic's number. All right, you guys. So basically, I'll get back to what we were doing, which is this. Okay, so here we go. So Kitty to me is one of the best horses that we have had, especially for like a family. She has a great walk, trot, and lope. She went through the trail course. I feel like that is a really, really, really good mare. 094, 449. Now, Dylan actually ran 449 through the barrels himself. Like, he high-loped her at a pretty good pace. And she was super snappy. Like, super snappy. So, if you're somebody that's looking for a horse that's already started on the barrels and you're on a budget, 449 is sound, safe, and definitely knows the barrels. Like, Dylan physically rode her. I saw it with my own eyes. You can contact Dylan if you have any questions. He took her to the left and the right barrel. She knows the barrels both directions, and she went faster than a collected lope. Like, he kind of pushed her, and she is a very turny mare. The grass is just kind of deep out there, so she wasn't on manicured ground, and she was like really staying on her rear end and just having a lot of good break through the rib cage. I don't know who, if they're purchasing, so I don't do that. Like, I've learned a long time ago that no matter what people say on the phone, I've sold 1 million horses on the phone that they're buying it. Until my phone dings and that's paid for, I never consider something sold. 1060, somebody was posting underneath her video while I was doing her live, Tara, can she go with my horse? I want to send this one with it. Like, my husband and I are going to take her too. People were like congratulating them. People were telling other people like, oh, I think that horse is sold. It got a home. They didn't buy it. They actually never even contacted me off of the video about the horse. So knowing that they posted underneath the video that they were interested, they just wanted to go with that one, people assumed it was sold. People were telling other people, oh, this mare's sold. This mare is sold. Somebody else was buying. No, until there is money in Jacob's bank account, it is not sold, because I can't afford to pay for it. So until daddy is paid, it is faux sale. It is faux sale, not sold. Okay, so let's just a brief rundown. We have Kitty, 094, 449, Nukes, Vegas, that's 395, Vegas, 486, Fox, Harper Madison, Macho Man Randy Savage, 1126, 1026, Buddy, Lucy, 486, the Bay Azteca, and 1060. So that's what we have available that is going to ship. The rest of the horses do not have ship dates. 449 is shipping this week, yes. So we need about 7 more reprieves. The thing about the horses shipping is it's not that like I want to pull at your heartstrings and threaten you. It's literally that I don't have the money to feed these horses. So we can do one of two things. And this is what I've tried to explain in the past. We can do one of two things here, you guys. We can either be very clear about the ship date so that you know they're basically out of time. And if you guys want to help me to cover the expenses on these horses, perfect. Perfect. Like, I would absolutely love. Yes. So, 486 Bay, does she ride? Yes. So, Athena, she was supposed to be kid broke, bought her at the sale. She was really hard to get our hands on. Dr. Hanlon actually vet checked her because somebody paid for that. Just wanted to make sure she was sound, wanted her to be seen. We were able to get a halter on her, jog her around. Brandon got on and off of her a couple of times. Dylan caught her the other day and worked with her. And he definitely thinks that she was probably broke in the past and had a lot of time off because she comes around really quick to like remembering things. So I think that 486 would be a great horse for an experienced horse person who has the ability to kind of restart something. She's a nice horse and she's very sound. And she's got really good movements. Okay, you guys, if you guys are in any groups, I know that we have our big group with 40-something thousand people, but there are other groups out there. There's lots of groups that allow you to share kill pen horses. Just make sure that they allow that. Don't just assume. Just make sure, like, hey, is it okay to share kill pen horses in here? If they say yes, great. If they say no, well, no. But if they do, just remember that you guys can share these horses in those groups so more people can see them. Yes, Dr. Hanlon did find her to be sound. He said that there was nothing that he saw that, you know, stood out to him that would just be like a major lameness. Obviously, she could get hurt tomorrow, but as of right now, she is fine. Okay, I'm trying to... But there are lots of groups out there, not just ours, but lots of different ones that let you share the horses. Please just copy and paste and just say, hey, this horse is urgent and looking for a home, and leave it at that. And, you know, somebody said, oh, I tried the other day and somebody got negative. What you do is you block that person, delete your post, and then repost your post. And then that person's negativity isn't in the comments. And block them. Just block them. Literally block them. I block anybody that is negative, period. I have, last night, so night before last, I didn't feel good, and I sat through part of a marketing class. I finished it yesterday about 3 o'clock, I think. My eyes were killing me after that. Then yesterday afternoon, I did, reprieves are $200 per horse, but if we can get $150 per horse, that's fine. The reprieves are not to, I don't want to be like, it's not set in stone. Like, it's an idea of, you know, to support this horse, to worm it, to work with it one more time, to re-video it, to do a good job. $200 is a good amount of money to be able to feed it, worm it, upkeep it, and showcase it again one more time before they ship. So I think that it is super important to just remember that that money is $150 to $200 is about what it takes. So to support them, I'm not, somebody said the other day, like, oh, so you want other people to like feed the horses for you? I'm done on the feeding them. I can only feed the horses for so long. And now Jacob just brought new horses, and I honestly did not have the money or the room for him to bring the full load last week. There was double the amount of horses. The rest went ahead and shipped. They were mostly horses, like there were 2 that were pretty thin, and their note said that they had COPD, so heaves. We really didn't want to rehome that. I was grateful that whoever owned them said. One horse was blind in one eye, and the other eye had a blue spot in it, and it looked like it was degenerative. So I didn't want to bring a horse, you know, so when we talked about it, there was just a pretty big group of horses that I'm like, please, I really don't, because they don't really sell fast when they have issues, and I don't want to have to feed them long term only to have to ship them anyway. So I'd rather not put the feed and time into them when I have so many other ones that do. So basically, yes. So anytime you go into a group and you post one of our horses and somebody says something to you about they don't like me, or they don't like kill pins, or they don't whatever, fucking block them. Fucking block them. It is none of their fucking business what you support. And that's what they have to understand. Like, I want all of you to be strong enough right now to say to yourself, my opinion matters. My feelings are valid. I am allowed to support something even if you don't fucking like it. I am allowed to enjoy her videos. I am allowed to support her. I am allowed to support kill pins. And you don't get to tell me and invalidate my support because you're an asshat. Like, if they don't want to support me, that's on them. That's fine. But don't take it personal. Do not take it personal. Nina, no, they're in pin C1. There was a rescue supposed to take them. Another one of those deals to where this rescue was like, I will take them. I will take them. I will take them. I said, okay, perfect. They're like, we'll pay a little bit of like board money. Perfect. And then I need to check in with them tomorrow. So please, if you happen to remember, remind me. Because I need to make sure that they for sure have somewhere to go. If they don't, we need to work on that because they're nice. Now, Dylan worked with both of them twice now, and we did get videos of them saddled with a rider on them. I would not say that they are fancy broke. I would not say that they are great broke. I would just say that you can saddle them and lead a rider around on them. They're not trying to hurt anybody. So those horses need to go somewhere and be trained and be worked with. But I'm going to tell you guys, from me to you genuinely, I think it's time for those of us that do support what I do to start speaking up. Like, not only to speak up, but to defend our choices. I have seen people that bought a horse out of a kill pen and people have bashed them for it. No, those people do not get to steal your joy because they're a miserable cow. Like, you do not get to steal someone's joy because you're miserable. Well, I don't support. Nobody gives a shit what you support. It wasn't your fucking money that was spent, bro. Like, that's how I feel. And that's what you guys need to get some balls. Like, I love you guys. You guys support me. You send stars. You put your money where your mouth is. You watch the fucking commercials. You join the groups. And y'all are like, let's do this. But then one person starts attacking you and half of you will fight like a man and the other half are like, oh God, I don't want any drama. Fuck those bitches. I mean that. Tell them. Nobody asked you. I'm sorry. Did you think that you were asked? Did you think somebody, like, called your name? Nobody asked. Nobody cares. We work hard for our money. We're going to spend our money where we choose, and nobody asked you. And if you don't like her, that's your problem. That's between you and her. Leave me the fuck out of it. And you know what's even better? Do you know what's even better? Kelly, if you like and follow this page, which is JT Livestock Company, there should be a bar at the top that says subscribe. When you click the subscribe button, it should send you to a place where you can subscribe to the Wild Tribe After Hours. You need to be in there. People would love to see Irmo updates, for sure. Okay, so this is what I tell people. I am tired of people feeling like what you want is invalid because somebody else. When are we going to change the narrative that the squeaky wheel does not get the oil? Like, we're just going to change the squeaky wheel out. Like, obviously you're a defective wheel. Whoever made you fucked up. So I'm not going to continue to oil you because you fucking can't get with the program. There's 3 other wheels on the vehicle that don't have a fucking problem. So if you squeak, we're just going to remove you and put a wheel on the vehicle that's unproblematic. Like, who's here for 2022 being unproblematic, sisters? Okay, me too. I said the other day to somebody, they were like, well, that Emily girl said that you scammed her. I said, I didn't fucking scam her. And they said, well, she said you talked to her like a dog. I did. I talked to her like a fucking dog. You did? Fuck yeah, I did. Oh, well, what? Well, what? Spit it out. What? Well, why? Because she's a fucking twat waffle. That's why. Oh, I mean, I'm not going to pretend that I'm not a fucking bitch and sugarcoat how I feel about stupid people. Like, let's just remove the stupid people and keep on trucking. Like, and then people feel victimized. They're like, she called me stupid. I gave you every opportunity to be sane before you backed me into the corner. And then when I came out swinging verbally, now you're victimized. What about me? You don't want to talk about that though, right? Like, it was okay when you were going to try to run me over. It was okay when you were going to try to tell me how my cookie crumbled, right? Like, it was okay when you were the one doing the bullying. But here's the problem. You met a bigger bitch. Whoops. Like, whoops. Like, I'm not sorry. And you know what? I don't even want a fucking apology. You know what my thing in 2022 is? Don't fucking apologize. Just don't do it again. Like, don't apologize. I don't want a fucking apology. Somebody said the other day, Tara, I used to bash you and I've been watching you and I just have really fallen in love with your content and I wanted to tell you that I was sorry. Don't fucking apologize to me. Don't apologize to me. Like, good for you. Good for you for stepping your game up and no longer being like a bitter bitch. Like, welcome to the tribe. Take a seat. Don't owe me an apology. Just don't fucking do it again. I told my staff the same thing. I don't want a fucking I'm sorry from you. I just don't want it to happen again. Fair enough, right? Like, don't fucking apologize. All of us have a lot of ego in my life because all of us are like badass bitches who are trying to change the world. So we have to have some ego, some pride, some intelligence, like some gumption. So I don't want an apology. I don't want you to have to like set your pride down and pretend to be humble about it. Like, you fucked up. We get it. Now let's just not do it again. There you go. So if somebody tells you that I talked to them like a fucking dog, I probably did. But what you need to say is, what did you do to set her off? That should be the question. Your question shouldn't be, wow, did Tara say that? You should be like, oh, I could totally see that. She called you a motherfucker? Oh. She called you a stupid ass bitch? Yeah. Like, just believe them. I said it. Like, I'm telling you, I said it. I said it. I told her to fly a fucking kite under a power line and not come back. Like, I said it. I said it. Did that offend you? Did it offend you and hurt your feelings that I told that bitch where the fucking cookie was going to crumble? Well, how offended do you think I was as we were trying to doctor her horse and take care of its injury, and she was telling me that she wasn't paying for it and that she was not paying board and just chewing my ass that livestock got injured. Like, the first thing I want to do is also take control of the fact that, like, How, you know what? You know the amount of people that commented, I boarded a boarding facility and if my horse cut its leg, I would sue them. God, could you imagine the fucking boarding facility that bitch boards at? Can you imagine being the owner? I bet the owner is like constantly avoiding her. I bet they're like, oh God, fucking Lucy's here, gotta go. Like, can you imagine that every time that she pulls up, she's like, excuse me, my horse's water bucket has like some hay in the top. Excuse me, it's cold and I don't want to get my hands here. Like, oh God, Kathy's here, gotta go. Like, can you imagine being the person that owns the boarding facility that some of these bitches board at? Can you imagine, honestly? I would fucking, like legit, you guys, like, I kind of suffered with, like, some mental illness for a little while. I went through, like, this phase to where, like, people's opinions really affected me before I, like, got my shit together and was like, oh, fuck those bitches. Like, I can only imagine that some of these people that own board facilities, like, go home and drink at night, and you're the reason why. You're the fucktard that drives people to drinking. Like, these are not people that are known alcoholics. These are people that were non-alcoholics that you've turned to an alcoholic. Okay? And sometimes I feel bad. You know, people will like shame me, like you shouldn't. And I'm like, oh. And then I remember, yes, I fucking should have, because if I don't take control of the situations and I keep letting stupid people run me over, they're going to do the next person. I can believe now, next time anybody goes to buy a horse, they're going to think about this and they're going to be like, okay, so am I dealing with a Tara? Okay, I should probably... And I'm telling you, somebody the other day was like, you're such a scammer. And I'm like, you know what a scammer does? A scammer makes you promises they can't keep. If you've read my fucking buyer's guide and you will still buy a horse from me, you're realistic. I'm realistic, and we get it. It's livestock. A scam is somebody that preys on people that have no clue and never publicly say anything. Like, wouldn't even tell you they were from a sale barn, and then you get a horse that's sick. Like, use your brain. But I also know that there are leaders and there are followers. And I also know that somewhere in between there are people that had leadership capabilities, but the work ethic of a no good, you know, no mental strength. And those people are the hardest people, because they are people that they want to have leadership positions. They want to have power. They want to be able to big dreams, but then never got off their ass and did it. And they will sit online and virtue signal like a motherfucker. Well, if I had that beautiful facility of hers, every horse on the property would be a 10 out of 10. And I would make $17 million a year. And I'm like, if you're so fucking smart, get off your ass and do it. If you don't like the way we do it, guess what? Stop talking about it. Get off your ass and do it. I told them the same thing in the hate group. Start a rescue. Why doesn't the hate group band together? Desi has land. Why don't they band together, stop talking about me, put all of their money where their mouth is, and start a fucking rescue? Send her to the cells. Let her bid against Jacob. Come on, put us out. About me? Perfect. Then get me where it really hurts, right? Because you always say it's my pocketbook. So if it's my pocketbook, okay, then fucking start a rescue, trot your happy ass to the fucking cells, raise your arm, buy some damn horses, get up every fucking day and do it. And all of you that are normally complaining about the kill pins can then use all of your time and your thinker up here to market the horses. Okay, sorry. I have zero reception at my house. It's like almost pathetic how bad the reception is here. But that's my thing. Like, why don't one of you guys pose the game plan to them? Start a rescue. There's like 30 of you that talk in there every day. Why don't one of you get an EIN number, start a 501c3? All of you can be the board members of it. Huh, there's a position for every one of you. Be the board members and start trotting your happy asses. But better than that, don't go to the auctions. Go to Craigslist. Go to Craigslist, where people give away horses for free because they just want it to get a good home and they don't want to see it go to auction. So like Craigslist, papers, Put ads in all the Tractor Supplies, you know, that if somebody has a free horse that you guys in your rescue are willing to take it, then get your ass up every day, train the motherfuckers, feed them, bathe them, clean their feet out, you know, do all the shit you're supposed to do with them, rehome them, and then draw salaries so that some of you have 2 nickels to rub together so you can stop sitting around being so fucking mad that I do. Why don't you do it? I'll say this, at least the one crazy bitch that's from the UK, she made videos on YouTube talking about the Humane Society. She was like, let's not euthanize the good dogs. And I'm like, good for you. Like, at least she tried. Like, at least she legitimately, like, made a Facebook video and was, like, trying. Here's the thing. Here's my problem. You can fucking hate me and talk horrible about me, and I can still celebrate your victories and not give a shit. I am that in my own lane. I am that in my own lane. Own lane. Own lane. Like, good for you making a YouTube video about not putting the fucking dogs to sleep. Like, good for you. High five. Good for you, seriously. Now start a rescue. Like, get off my ass and get on the let's change the world fucking bandwagon. You can do it. Like, you're smart. You're smart. And you had some balls. Like, you got on there. Do it. There you go. They're not going to, but I hope they do for the horses' sakes. But I will tell you, I told Jacob, this is how you know that I'm slightly manic. Like, yesterday, I was, like, not feeling good. I was in a bad mood. I couldn't even get out of the bed. I was, like, divorcing Jacob, packing his shit, like, giving my child away. And today, I'm, like, fucking kick-ass, take the world on. Like, welcome to my life. Anybody else a female with mood swings? It's normal. Like, my therapist said the other day, like, there is a big difference between, like, just being in a good mood and a bad mood, tired, not tired. And, I do have ADHD. And then just being, like, truly, like, manic. But some days, especially when I get on Amazon, I'm like, do I really need this, or am I being slightly manic? Either way, at least I use my ups to be kick ass, take names, change the world, do great things. And on my lowest point, I'm just honest about it, and everybody around me knows to, like, just stay a little bit further back. But it's normal, especially at 35 with a toddler. So what I am telling you guys is share the horses, tell people they're available, take their ads, there's lots of kill pin groups. If you type it in, there's a bunch of different ones. Go share our horses. Go share them in there. Let other people know they're available. If somebody gets on your ass about it, block them. Delete the post. Because that's what somebody said. Well, if I block them, their comments are still there. Fuck them. Block them, delete the post, repost it. Now their comments are gone, and they can't see your new posted comment shit. Fuck them. Don't fight back. Don't argue. Like, everybody always wants to be like, but we don't have to validate our opinions anymore. Literally, we do not have to validate and explain to people why you're an adult. You like what I have to say. You think the horses deserve a chance. Share them. Fuck them. Keep moving. Like, that's how I feel. Share the horses. Fuck people that don't. Like, you know, there are always going to be somebody that's like, I don't support. Who cares? If I called and asked you, hey, do you support this? That means I wanted your opinion. But just because we're on social media does not give you the open opportunity to voice your unwarranted opinion to me. But you know what? I don't even want to tell people that anymore. Do you know why? Because then I've replied to them, which means they know they've caught my attention. And you know what? These fucking bitches don't even deserve my attention or yours. And remember, if you're in my tribe, you're just a little bit better than the rest. Okay? So don't even respond. Block, delete, repost, and move on. And they're going to be like, oh, well, I must have won. She deleted her post. What the fuck ever. If that's what you need to think today so that you feel better about yourself, go on with it. I've learned that if you don't engage and just block them, they actually think that you just deleted your post because you're a stranger most of the time to these people. They think they've won, and they go away. The moment you fucking engage and then delete your post and block them, at that point, they're outraged because you have engaged. And now they're going to like fucking make a fake profile. They're going to inbox you from it. They're going to have your friend. They're going to post about you in a group. Don't fucking engage. Just block. Just be like, oh, block, delete post, repost post, and move on about your day. They deserve zero attention. Let them virtue signal somewhere else. Like, let them virtue signal somewhere else. Let them be like, I'm amazing and I know everything and you need to hear me because I am the end all be all. Fuck off. Fuck off. Like, opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. I personally just don't want anything to do with yours. Ever felt that way? So, I love you guys. My child is inside with her dad and she's starting to like pack her little bag because her Nana wants her. So I'm going to go hang out with her for like an hour or two till they get here. So, goodbye, you guys. Goodbye. Goodbye. What was it? You were rude to all of your fans and supporters last night because you were tired and acted like Tinley having a hissy fit. Becky, why don't you get off your high horse and go right over to my other page where I went live? Why don't, are you wanting blocked? I think I will say anything about you. But you just did. Like, here's the thing. That's the worst, passive aggressive much, Becky? Like, I would never say anything bad about you, but Becky, you weren't asked, first of all. Second of all, when I ended that live video, I went live on my other page because I needed content on that page. Tinley is young. She was tired. I only came live on the JT Livestock page because I needed to keep our star streak going. I wasn't rude at all. I literally said this actually takes a lot of stress off of me to not have to keep this up. Perfect. See you guys later. Went live on my other platform, talked to people for an hour about it without any rude behavior or disrespect at all whatsoever, and ordered our Starbucks. And I think that sometimes, here's something I'm going to address today that I feel like this should be the end all be all. You are literally virtual people who follow me on Facebook. I love you. I appreciate you being in my life. But, there are boundaries, and we're all going to respect them. You don't get to tell me my intentions. See, if you felt like I was being rude, that's on you. That's on you. But I can tell you that anybody who watched that video and then went to my other platform and followed up with the next video absolutely understood that I was like, okay, the star streak, it's disappointing. I don't want anybody to feel like I'm not super appreciative of those of you who did send stars. It's a little bit of a relief to not feel like I have to keep that every single day live up, because there are days that I don't want to be live. Like yesterday, I had no desire to go live. I had no desire to speak to the public. I genuinely just wanted to take Theraflu and pass out and die. But I couldn't because I have a toddler and there was nobody to watch her while I was passed out on Theraflu. So I just had to wait until her father got home. So I literally could overdose myself on cough syrup and that's what I did. That's what I did. But I also feel like, as somebody that loves and appreciates all of you, I still try to go live and hang out with you guys and be part of y'all's life and enjoy you. So it's not another group, it's another page, and it's for free, and all you have to do is go to Tara Michelle Sanders, and you can like and follow it. And I said on there, I didn't end that video to be rude, like, oh, well, I'm pissed that we ended the star streak, and I am not rude by nature. Now, I can be rude. I can be a beezy. I can be a see you next Tuesday. But I bring to the table the energy that you bring. Yesterday, my energy was depleted. I felt like shit. If you felt like I was being rude, it's probably because you were needing positive energy from me and you didn't get it. You just didn't get it. Like, you didn't